project here is amazing.
Right now we're sanding the school so we can paint it. So we're taking these sanders and we're sanding it down so it's very smooth.
We're going to be painting that school because most of it is constructed, which is kind of nice to see.
It's also raining, which is not really good for painting, but we'll make do. We'll make do. We'll tell that rain to bug off.
These are my friends. They actually follow me. It's the same kids from school to school. I think it'll be kind of sad to leave them now that I've made friends. It's my little fan club, and I love having them. It's such a good... Je pense qu'un petit peu fou, hein? Terrifying.
Please grab a roller, pour some paint in one of the pans, and we're going to get the whole front of it done before we leave here today in the next hour.
They're making it like a rainbow because there's so many schools. They're each going to be a different color.
It's kind of nice putting all the fixins into making it this big, happy place for kids to come and learn and make friends.
Education is an absolute pillar if you're going to rebuild a society.
If you make the learning environment comfortable and, you know, a nice place to be for the kids, their marks are better and they do better in school.
The community understands that again, and everybody's kind of working towards that common goal. That's just inspiring. Future generations are going to have to build on what this generation has done, and then so on and so forth. And if you don't have that fundamental understanding, the sense of community essentially breaks down.
We finished the playground, and it was nice to see everyone finally come together and work on it. Everyone had their own little section.
This is great. It smells good. Clean.
It's insane.
How you doing up there, buddy? You did? Sweaty, so sweaty. Yeah, sweaty.
Okay. Thank you, man.
As we are supposed to have the party, and we want it to be done in time for the kids to start playing on it tonight.
The pressure's on to get the whole thing completed, to get every screw in, make sure everything's tightened. This week has been jam-packed. Every day we've woken up at the crack of dawn and gone to bed really late and not stopped experiencing things during that time.
See that what we've been working so hard for pretty much all week is actually complete right in front of our eyes. I'm kind of just soaking it in right now and just knowing that, we actually left a little bit of a gift.
If you look over, there's always someone just staring at the playground on their own, just being like, we built that. It'll be fun to see the kids, get to be kids for once.
We're visiting a drop-in clinic where all these people can wait and either get generally checked up or get treated for what sounds like every possible ailment in the world.
These kids are really sick and they have nothing. Like, it's literally like a piece of wood, a sheet of metal, and that's their clinic.
Nurses have to walk 6 hours to finish and get as much medication as they can get.
If something happened to you, you get bit by a poisonous spider, you're not going to make it. Like, that's just the reality. Like, you're going to die.
These people are just being hung out to dry, really.
Here's an example of the kind of fungal infection that's very common that they see. And now it's spread onto his face. If it goes untreated, it can cause fairly significant damage to the skin overall. And then infections that can become more severe over time. And if there's no treatment at all, you could even die from this kind of...
Especially around the eyes.
Yeah.
One girl had really pretty blonde hair, and it's different. Like, she's blonde hair. She must be really happy about it. Like, that's just something unique.
I thought it was kind of cool. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. You were born that way. It was nice.
It's blonde hair.
Malnutrition.
blonde hair meant she was extremely malnutrition, and she's probably not going to make it.
I guess the lighter the hair is, the more sick you are. Yeah, that was shocking.
I don't take that away.
Then there was another little guy, and I can't watch kids cry, so I picked him up, and his eyes were shut, and he was crying, and I was like, oh, maybe he's tired or something, and they were just swollen. And he was frustrated because he couldn't hear or see any of the games and songs and activities we were doing. Couldn't see us or anything. He didn't even know who was holding him. This child isn't gonna make it in the next few months.
I'm seeing a lot of sick people. But you know what I am seeing? I'm seeing goodness. I'm seeing the 4 nurses here that are trying to help.
These nurses are absolute heroes.
You can see it in their eyes that they know they're not going to be able to save everyone, but just the fact that they're still standing here and they're still willing to put that work in really puts a lot of things in perspective for me personally.
They get to go to school. They're not going to get to grow up. They're not going to get to experience what life is like outside of extreme poverty.
It hits you, and you don't like the way that you see them. You want to help them. You want to just take them and bring them to the Canadian government and be like, help them because it's free and it's available, but that's not what we're here for.
It's almost like I'm sick at myself for the way I live.
Back at home, we have all these unnecessary things, and here they don't have anything. And I know this is all they know, but it shouldn't be all they know.
The thing that keeps reminding me on this trip is that here are people who have so little, but find a way to find comfort in that and still have a smile on their face.
I know there's hope for them. I know what we're doing gives them. It's just really hard to see them, you know, putting on a smile, playing games, and thinking, like, once we're gone, then what?
It's another reason to keep me here and keep me wanting to try to contribute what we can.
I got out on the bed today. Swear to God, couldn't see my face.
It's such a beautiful country, and the people here are so sweet. It breaks my heart to see them experience this level of poverty.
I just had all of these negative things about what I thought Haiti was going to be like. That was, for me, one of the main reasons I wanted to come here, was just to see for myself and have my own perceptions made.
You don't measure your success by the things you own. It's about love.
Me coming over here, they've helped me, like emotionally and like mentally, just figure things out about myself. These trips redefine you in a way.
I've seen some stuff in my life. I've seen some pretty bad crap. But coming here, it was a different situation. You see the poverty, you see the struggle, you see the joy, you see the community, you see everything as a cohesive unit, and then you'll know. You'll know a little piece of Haiti.
I think why this trip hit me the hardest is just that my parents come from a place kind of like this. You know, I'm only one generation away from living like this.
You just feel right. You just feel whole. You feel like this is what you're supposed to be doing. And that feeling is something that I always want to have.
This trip was very different than anything I've done in my life. I met so many amazing people and tiny children who have just taught me amazing lessons about friendship and love.
It made me feel good. It made me feel like I was making a difference.
I just know, like, you have to actually spend time and do things physically and make connections with real people while you're here, because it's gone as soon as you're gone.
I don't know how to take everything I've learned and take it back to Canada with me, because it's been such a rewarding and overwhelming experience. I love it here so much. I love this country, and I really hope I can come back.
For me, this trip was a really classy way to finish off my tenure on Degrassi, and a classy way to exit with my friends.
It's been a realization on my front of just what matters to me. This is it. Like, this is the stuff. This is what experiences and being aware is about.